Hi, and who may you be?
Ruth Ives from 8808 B-Ditman Street.
How long did you live there?
About 20 years, I guess, or more. Hello, this is Mrs. Ives. We lived in Liddonfield at 8808 B-Ditman Street. I have 5 children, Lenny, Michael, Debbie, Ricky, and Stephen, whose the nickname was Beaver. Whoa.
Your name, please?
Ruth Ives.
And where did you live?
8808 B-Ditman Street.
And how many years?
Since 1969 to 1985.
And who did you live there with?
I lived there with my 5 children. Lenny, Michael, Debbie, Ricky, and Stephen.
And who was Turtle?
Turtle was Michael's nickname.
Who was the Beaver?
Beaver was my last baby. His real name is Stephen.
Okay, and you had a lot of friends and acquaintances?
Oh, yes, I did. And I forgot a couple of them.
Your next-door neighbor, you were...
Helen Yazurski, Mary McGuigan, Helen Fenster, Vivian Cortuzzi, Franny Compton, Betty Waldinger, who else? Betty Davis. Who else?
What about Clark Gable?
Mary O'Connell. They were all friends of mine, and what's her name?
Right behind you. Who you used to have coffee with sometimes?
Oh, Mrs. Smith and Ida Richards.
Mrs. Kennedy, I think.
And Mrs. Kennedy. Oh, Mrs. Bush.
Had Norma Wilkinson.
There was 2 Helens on Darsdale Ave. Well, I don't know their last names. One lived next door to Helen Fenster, and one lived in back across the yard from Helen Fenster.
Jerry Solenberg.
Oh, Jerry Solenberg, I forgot. I couldn't forget her. And Helen the cook over at daycare.
Didn't you work over there?
Yes, I worked over daycare. And I was a custodian aide over there. And I used to go to their dances.
You used to be like a chauffeur? Or,
yeah, I used to be like what do you would call it?
The old person at the door.
The old person at the door that used to dance and jiggle.
There you go.
And who else was there? Oh, Mary Gray. Big Mary Gray, not little Mary Gray. Yeah. Yeah. And what's her name? Niecy? I forget her last name.
You know Mrs. Connors, too?
And Mrs. Connors.
Mrs. Coziella.
Oh, Mrs. Coziella.
And who was the Zimmermans, remember? Ricky used to hang around with the one Zimmerman, and I went to school with the other Zimmerman. They lived right on the end.
Oh, Mrs. Zimmerman, yeah.
They used to live right in front of the Coziellas, I think.
Yeah.
But you knew Mrs. Zimmerman?
What's his name?
Mrs. Bush, right? You mentioned,
I said Mrs. Bush.
Mrs.
Now, there was,
Twilly.
let me think. Oh, yeah, Bunny Reese, I forgot. I couldn't forget her.
There you go.
Yeah, Bunny Reese.
There's so many, Mom, you just can't name them all.
I remembered the most of the ones that I was friendly with, that I used to go visit. And
have coffee and gossip.
Yeah, have coffee and cake all the time. Sometimes a couple of them would come over to my house and we'd have coffee and cake. They were the good old days. Now I look at the empty park over there and I think of all the good times we used to have. And everybody's married, a lot of people died, and the reunion was great. But
2 of them, 2006 and 2011.
It was great. I also forgot a couple more of my good friends. Dot Foley. They used to gossip with me, and we'd go over to Brown's store, and Nancy Broman and Dot Foley and me, we'd all talk about Mrs. Sweeney was a very good friend of mine. I liked Mrs. Sweeney. She was all for the people, the poor people. She helped everybody out. And Brown's, that was an ideal store when we first moved there. We always, if we ran out of bread or something, we could run there and get it. And
Ham and cheese and iced tea.
Yeah, ham and cheese and iced tea, yeah.
And 12-year-olds that wanted you to buy a quart of beer for them.
Yeah, yeah. And the boys with their dirt bikes running around, the cops running after them, and they run in my house.
The mini bikes, yes.
The mini bikes, yeah, over Camp Happy there. And we had some good times.
I finally found out it was Camp Happy.
Yeah, Camp Happy.
We called it Camp Happy, but
oh, well,
it used to be...
I said that for years, Camp Happy.
And I did too. I found out it was called Camp Happy.
Well, everybody was happy there. What do you expect?
No, there are people that are 60 years old remember Camp Happy.
Oh, yeah.
You're only 80 years old. Well, you'll be 80 years old in a couple months. But
So we had a good time. And we'll be still singing to the oldies and dancing to the Motown song.
hopefully there's another reunion.
Yeah, well, who knows? What's her name that used to say with Mrs. Andrews? Sally Andrews?
Yes.
Our next door neighbor. Fogarty's, Mrs. Fogarty.
Mrs. Fogarty, Mrs. Fletcher, I forgot.
Yeah, Mrs. Fletcher.
You knew all those ladies.
Yeah, they were all good neighbors and good friends. And I enjoyed myself there because I liked my job after I got out of daycare. I got a job. It's
Macklin Mary Home, right?
In Macklin Mary Home in 1976. And I was there for 25 years. Then I retired. I went back and forth to Florida to visit my other two sons and partied from then on until now.
You got a couple people from Liddonfield jobs there, didn't you? At the Macklin Mary Home?
No.
I thought one of the McGuigan girls worked there.
Oh, yeah, Sue McGuigan and Bonnie.
Bonnie?
Yeah, I trained them. And Connie.
What about Trish? Didn't Trish...
Trish...
Kimminash.
Yeah.
Kimminash.
And Trish Kimminash was a nurse up there, or a nurse's aide either.
Well, she might not have been married.
And she was great. She was great. I liked her.
She probably went by
and
her.
then Linda...
Janikowski?
Janikowski. She was nice.
Linda J.
Linda J. Good old Linda. And me and her boogied all the way down with the reunion.
Oh, the reunion was great.
Yeah, we had a good time.
The Nordenbergs and we had the Twillies were there dancing with you. You saw Mrs. Andrews at the first one.
Yeah, Mrs. Andrews and another good friend, Mrs. Andrews. And what do you call his name?
Scratch your nose, Mom.
No, that's what they do on TV when they're talking. They're scratching their nose or pecking their ass. And I loved everybody there. I don't know how they felt about me, but I had a good time there. It was like my one big happy family.
Cut!